Good morning, kids. Welcome to the class of computer. Today, we are going to learn about computer viruses. Computer viruses. What is a computer virus? You must have heard of the term virus earlier. Many of you have even had an attack of viral fever, which may have left you weak just like biological viruses attack our bodies. Computer viruses attack a computer system. A virus is a computer program that enters the computer system by attaching itself to another computer program and spread itself across the system. Now, what does a computer virus do? The virus tries to take control of the computer system it has infected at the first opportunity available. It makes copies of itself and also tries to carry out the harmful task written in its program. This process can happen so quickly that the user is not even aware of the presence of the virus in his or her system, for of the fact that anything unwanted has occurred. Some viruses have a preset date and time at which they are programmed to activate themselves and hold normal computing. Such viruses check the system clock continuously, and when their time or date requirements are met, they can create havoc by performing harmful tasks listed in their own program. Viruses also stay on the lookout for new files or any new USB pen drives that are inserted into the system. The attack copies of themselves to these new files or USB pen drives. Computer virus is capable of performing this task. It can infect executable program file such as a word processing, spreadsheets, and operating system program disk. It can infect disk by attaching itself to special program in the hard disk called boot recorders. These are the program the computer uses to start up. It can infect a file before it is attached to an email message or transferred to a disk and thus spread from one computer to another computer. Virus is incapable of performing this task. It cannot infect files on write protected disk, for example CD-ROM. It cannot infect computer hardware, for example monitor and keyboard, but it can infect software. How does a computer virus spread? Computer viruses spread from one computer to another by the transfer of infected data through emails or pen drives or other sources. Viruses become active when you start an infected application or start your computer from a disk that has infected system files. Once the virus is in the computer memory, it usually infects any application you run. Different viruses behave in different ways. Some stay active in the memory until the computer is shut down. Others stay active only as long as the infected application is running. Types of computer virus. Computer virus can be categorized by their infection targets. So we can divide virus into the following categories. The first one is a program virus. Program viruses infect program files which have extensions such as .com and .scr. Program files are attractive targets for computer virus because they are widely used and have relatively simple formats to which virus can attack themselves. The virus becomes active when the infected file is executed. Some examples of a program virus are Acid Rain, Crazy.a, and many more. Boot viruses. Boot viruses infect the boot records of hard disk and other storage devices. Generally, boot viruses are considered more dangerous than program virus. Examples of a boot virus are Danish boot, Devil.941, and Stone virus. Macro viruses. Macro is a set of commands written by the user to be executed later as a single command. For example, if you execute a set of commands very often, In Excel or Word, you can save that set of a commands as a macro. Macrovirus is programmed in a macro language. This virus infects data files, for example, Word and Excel file are susceptible to macrovirus. Mostly, macrovirus attack as these programs allow the use of a macros. Macrovirus spread rapidly as user readily share Word and Excel documents, which are actually infected. Example of such a virus are Melissa, Concept, and Nucleum. The next virus is multi-party virus. From the name only we can judge the meaning. This is a fast spreading virus and is often difficult to clean. It affects both the boot and program sector of the computer disk. Thus, it is also known as a hybrid virus. The next is polymorphic virus. This type of virus changes its code when it passes to another computer system, making it difficult for an antivirus program to detect. Malware is a short for malicious software. The word refers to any program that infiltrates and harms a computer without the user consent. It can slow down computer and network. It can be annoying and it can be actively destructive. Malware is a general term that includes computer virus, worms, and Trojans. You already know about computer viruses. Let us discuss the other kinds of malware. The first one in that is worms. A computer worm is a program capable of reproducing and spreading itself to another computer system, usually by means of computer network. Worms spread without any human action. Virus spread only when the user does something such as running an infected program or attaching an infected file. A worm emails copies of itself to other computer, infects them, and then uses the address book of the infected computer to spread further. Computer worms usually do not cause a direct damage to programs and files. They consume large amount of memory and network bandwidth, thus slowing down the computer and making it almost impossible for the use to work. Example of a computer worms are Code Red. Spywares. Spyware is a type of virus that is installed with or without your permission in your computer. Spyware is often installed without the user consent, and there are two types. I'll tell you. When the user click on something in a pop-up window that appears while browsing. Yes, it happens. The second one, when we download something from the internet, the spyware virus execute in a computer. Another type of malware is Trojan horse. Trojan horse is a program that appears useful but is actually programmed to pass the user data to someone else. Trojan horse attempt to steal and pass on confidential information such as the passwords and credit card numbers. A Trojan horse enters computer system because the user install it under the wrong impression that it is useful and harmless program. When a Trojan horse is activated, it typically changes existing desktop icons or create new ones. It may also delete important system files. Its main aim is to steal sensitive information stored on the infected computers. Last but not the least is spam malware. Spam malware, what does it do? It sends us an email by becoming our near and dear one, and when we click on it or open it, we invite a spam virus in a computer. And what it do, it come in our computer, take our all bank details, even our money as well. The best way to be safe from it, do not give your email address to unknown people. Never ever. Delete spam mails without reading them. Use the spam filter of your email program to block unwanted emails.